Alright, let's get started. So this video we're going to talk about chapter 5 homework. Now, first of all, I'm so sorry. I know I'm a little bit late this time because I has been too busy setting the IH paper for Form 1 and Form 2. This time I need to set 2 papers. So anyway, let's get started. Now here we are going to, as usual, we are going to look through the MC first, and then we look at the short questions and long questions. All right, now the first one. Now the first 2 questions here is about capital and land. So let's do a simple revision. When we talk about capital, 資本啦, right? Now in economics, when we talk about capital, we are talking about some so-called man-made resources, okay? 人造嘅, okay? Now as opposed, when we talk about land, now land doesn't mean that piece of land, 唔係實質嗰土地啊. In economics, we are talking about natural resources. 得唔得啊？天然嗰啲啊，冇人鬥過嗰啲啊 ，OK？ So we are only talking about whether human has touched it or not, okay? If untouched by human, then that would be a land, or else it's going to be a capital. So let's see here. In economics, something is classified as capital. So we need to find something that is man-made instead of natural, okay? Let's see. First one, thin air in Tibet. 西藏啊，喺西藏嗰啲空氣啦。I think this one quite obvious, right? This is obviously natural resources, right? This one, obviously natural, 係咪啊？天然噶嘛，唔係你整出嚟噶嘛，你空氣 ，OK? So, let's see also the so-called explanation. People prefer to breathe more air. Now, this one, not just air is being incorrect, but also we know that the explanation is irrelevant. This is an explanation for 咩啊？記唔記得啊？ This is an explanation for economic goods， 係咪啊？ Not exactly about capital. Okay, so let's see. Here, B, oil beneath the sea. 喂，唔使講啦，係咪啊？天然㗎嘛 ，right? Its supply is limited. Now, this one, supply being limited, this one is a characteristics of actually it's of land, right? Now, so here it's only a characteristics. 嗱最慘喎 characteristics of land. Or when they use limited 有限嘅 actually not land, should be economic good, right? 啱唔啱啊？唔係啊 ，fake 你又信 limited 唔關事啊嘛 ，right? Remember, we keep talking about something limited or unlimited does not mean you can say it is an economic good or free good, 係咪啊？係 whether is sufficient 係嘛 ，right? Just as a revision. Now, some of you may be cursing me right now, always tricking you. But remember, okay? Remember, we need to keep being tricked so that in real exam, we will not be tricked. Okay, now let's see. Soil with chemical fertilizer. Oh, this looks like it, right? Because fertilizer 好明顯人造㗎啦 okay? Now, because it helps increase productivity. Oh, so sorry. This time, yes, fertilizer is a man-made resources, but well, this is not the correct explanation. 應該咩先係個 correct explanation 啊？ It is man-made, right? So let's see. Endangered species living in an aquarium 係啊水族館裏面啊 Yes, this is man-made because when we talk about aquarium 係咪啊水族館啊 we are touched by man, right? 係咪啊？有人鬥過啦，係咪？ Now, they are raised by human. Yes, this is exactly the answer we needed. Okay? Now, this time, you see, I put in a bit more explanation just as a revision. I guess right now you already know. So let's tackle the next question a little bit quicker, okay? Now, the difference between land and capital is that, let's see. The quantity is unlimited, while quantity is limited. I just said, right? Limited, unlimited, these words are irrelevant. IR 係咪啊 ？No. No cost is involved in using land, while a cost is involved in using capital. Now, this looks like correct 係咪啊？喂，睇落好似喎。We remember land, no cost, yes, and capital, there is cost, yes. But unfortunately, this question not exactly correct. Why? Because of this word. 喂，唔係 using 喎，我哋由頭到尾唔係講 using 呢個 land 喎，記唔記得係咩啊 ？We are talking about right in producing 係咪啊？喂，你整 land 唔使 cost 噶嘛，因為都唔係你整嘅。A gift of nature, not made by you. Okay, so no cost is involved. Okay, 得唔得啊 ？So this one try to trick you. Okay, now the supply of land cannot be controlled, while the supply of capital can be controlled. Yes, I think this is exactly the answer. Because here again, land. If you try to control it, then you touch it. 你係咪已經做咗手腳啊？ And after you touched it, it becomes a capital, not land. Okay, so C is the answer. Let's see D. Land does not move. 哇！你唔講啦，冇用你智慧，白痴，唔講啦。Alright, so this is a simple revision for land and capital, which you study long before the examination. Okay, which is like 2 months ago, unfortunately. Now, here we are talking about labor supply and productivity. Now, just as a revision, remember, when we talk about supply of labor or labor supply, we are talking about total working hour, right? 唔係講緊有幾多人，而係講緊總共有幾多人加埋做咗幾耐嘢啊嘛。Total working hour, working time. Okay. Now, another word, productivity. This one is not concerned, does not concern how long you work, but how fast you work. OK， 得唔得啊？嗱，所以小心啲啦。一個講你做幾耐嘢，一個咧就講你做幾快嘢。OK， they are totally different concepts. OK， now here, question 3. A country is facing the problem of labor shortage. Which of the following measures help increase labor supply? Now we need to increase labor supply. So let's see. Encouraging housewives to enter the labor market. Yeah, I think this one is quite obvious, right? Yeah, this one is correct. Simple. Number of worker increase, which will imply most likely working time. The total working time would also increase. Okay, so this one correct. Now, extending free education to tertiary education. Now, this one I think is just the opposite, because number of student increase, that would mean number of worker decrease. 係咪啊？學生多咗，學生就唔做得嘢㗎嘛。Supposedly, right? Supposedly, more full-time student than fewer full-time workers. So labor supply would go down in this case. 得唔得啊？嗱 ，third one， 其實唔使啦，我哋13已經答案啦。But let's look at it anyway. Cutting the amount of unemployment benefit. Now this one is obviously correct. The reason is simple. Okay, now here, when benefit decreases, right? Benefit decreases, so the number of unemployed would also decrease. 喂，咁即係咩意思啊 ？Number of unemployed decrease, meaning number of worker. It should be here, not here. Okay. Meaning the number of worker would increase 係咪啊？嗱，你失業救濟金冇咁多啊，係咪啊？咁啲人咪唔會，哎呀，盡快揾工啦，反正都冇乜錢啊 ，right? So this is how we answer it. Very easy, right? Now, next one. Labor productivity. Now this time, contrasting last question, we are talking about speed this time. Labor productivity 啊 ，and we need it to increase. 點解會做嘢快啲咧 the degree of division of labor reduces. I think this one is just the opposite. Remember, when we talk about division of labor, when division of labor increases, the speed or productivity will increase. So this time we are talking about reduce, right? Just the opposite. So speed will decrease. Not correct. Now B. B. The proportion of working population in total population increases. Now, basically, this one is saying number of workers increase. 多咗人做嘢啊。But remember, I keep saying, like 3 months ago, okay? 3 months ago, I keep telling you, supply of labor and productivity. If the question didn't tell you anything about output, these two, you can have no conclusion, 係咪啊？你唔能，如果我唔話俾你聽 output 有冇變到，你係唔能夠講究竟做得快咗定慢咗。So this one is actually a question mark. How do I know？ 我鬼知會快咗定慢咗 ？Okay, so not correct. Now C. Time rate to piece rate, standard answer, right? Piece rate, people will work faster so that they can earn more, right? I think this is standard answer. Now D, pass a law on maximum working hour, okay? Now again, this one concern working time, right? This one concern working time. Working time will decrease. So, working time decrease, meaning labor supply would also decrease. But then again, labor supply, nothing to do with productivity. Mentioned again and again and again and again and again. Okay, so let's not waste time. Next question. Next question. Looks very similar, right? 哇，睇落好熟口面喎 right? Now here, now as a revision, remember, labor productivity is obtained, calculated by total output divided by labor supply. 得唔得啊 ？Okay, now labor supply, remember, we are talking about working hour. 喂，你究竟做幾耐嘢啦 ？Working hour, okay? But this time, remember, we are talking about total working hour. 嗱，其實想陰你啲咩啊？應該睇到啦嚇，心水清嗰啲應該知發生咩事啦。Some of you, this one is column 1, column 2, column 3. Some of you would do this. To calculate the productivity, right? Productivity of this year and this year. What we do? Let's see. Yeah. What we do this. Labor productivity equals to 3 divided by 1 times 2， 係咪啊？有幾多個員工？每個員工做幾多個？每個禮拜做幾多個 working hour 咯 ？No， wrong. What's wrong? One word. Total 啊嘛。So this time, labor productivity is calculated by 1 divided by 2. That would be enough. 係唔需要no. 3 divided by 2 係唔需要乘 number of worker because we are already talking about total number of working hour. 得唔得？ So here, I think the mathematics is quite easy to do. Productivity here, 20, and productivity here would be 睇先啊，20 no 25, right? So this year, year 5, higher. Let's see. Which of the following statement is likely to be correct? Now, working condition better than 4 better than 5. No, if 4 is better than 5, then it should just be opposite, right? 係咪應該4嗰年個 productivity 高啲啊？ So no, not this. Now B, benefit provided are better. No, just exactly the same. Factory has a wage cut. Nope. Use more advanced machine. Yes, this is the answer. Advanced machine meaning productivity would increase, right? So this one I think quite easy. Let's go to the next page, okay? Here, okay. Now, very similar question. Now let's call this 1, 2, and 3. Unlike last question, previous question, we were talking about total number of working hour per week. This one is only talking about number of working hours. Please highlight it. Per worker, 每個人做幾耐? So this time, to get labor productivity, we really need to use this 3 1 times 2. 我哋真係要乘翻咁多個人先至能夠計到佢嘅 total 啦。1 times 2, that would be our total working hour. 係咪啊 ？Total working hour. So here, this one, let me do a simple calculation. This one 100, 150. So 110, and this one will be 60, right? 係咪應該係咁啦 ？Something like that. So we know economy A has higher productivity. Let's see. According to above information, now here, this one is the labor supply. This one is the labor productivity. Let's see. Labor supply. Labor supply A higher than B. Yes, this one is true. No. A is actually low. Here, let me write out. Labor supply A lower than B, but labor productivity should A higher than B. Let's see. Labor supply higher. Average labor productivity of B higher. Just the opposite. So I think the next one. Average productivity of A higher. Yes, this one correct. And labor supply of B higher. Yes, D is the answer. 哇，好鬼翹口啊！你英文係咪真係好煩啊 ？Alright, so moving on to the next one. The government of a country launches the following measures. 佢啦做咗兩樣嘢啦。First of all, subsidizing firms to import more advanced machine. Now, whenever you see these words, advanced machine, you always automatically 嗱，我哋咧跟 Neo Chan 學 econ 就應該自動波就會諗起㗎啦。Advanced machine 即係咩意思啊 ？Productivity would increase, right? Now here, measure 2, increase the number of public holiday. Here, think about it. When more holiday, which means your working hour would decrease. Working hour decrease. That means labor supply decrease. Okay, so let's see which one. Measure 1, raise productivity. Lower labor supply. Yes, A is the answer. 係嘛？嗱 very easy question. Very easy question. Okay, now here, next section, we are going to talk about wage payment. Now, wage payment, it is so difficult to have a summary. So let's check the questions and see how much we can talk about. Okay, now in Hong Kong, the wage of domestic helper are usually calculated on a time basis. 係嘛？即係我哋嘅 time rate 其實 right? This is because, now let's see which one. Raise their working incentive. Is that correct? I think most of you know. Answer is no. Because actually, time rates, 因為啦，做又36，唔做又36 right? You will actually tend to be lazy. 反正 no matter how much I do, I still receive the same amount. Why don't I just be lazy? Okay, so 1 is not correct. Oh, so the answer already no. 2 and 3. But let's see. The cost of measuring the output of domestic helper is high. Yes, please. I think this one, good for recitation. 背咗佢都得㗎啦。 This is a standard reason. This is a standard reason for using time rates. 因為點解啊 ？Time rates is so difficult to measure the output. For example, to measure the performance of domestic helper, you need to try to quantify 量化啦 how good they do, which is quite a hard job to do, right? Even if they only work 2 hours, but let's say they are very good workers, right? They are very good workers. So your house is clean, very clean. Your children are very well fed and that kind of thing. Okay, 2 hours may still be very, very good. In contrast, someone work 10 hours, 不過做到係屎咁嘅。Okay, so I think you understand why it is difficult to measure. Okay, so this is the standard. This can lower the cost of monitoring. 嗱，小心啲啊，佢寫得好清楚㗎。Monitoring quality. Yes, this is also true. Reason is simple because they don't rush. 反正做快啲，又係收咁多錢；慢啲又係收咁多錢，咪唔 rush 咯。Right? Don't rush. Then usually quality will be higher. Okay, so answer B and C. Answer 2 and 3, not B and C. Okay, now C. Now let's see next one. Now this one I talk about in class, but anyway, let's talk about it again. Okay, now here we are talking about one is 1萬蚊 per month. This is a time rate. This is a time rate plus piece rate, right? Time plus piece. Let's see which statement is correct. Here, the secretary of company A earns a higher income. I think all of you know this is a question mark. 我鬼知啊，我鬼知邊個多啲啊 right? So no need to tackle. Now, here, company B's secretary has less incentive to work hard. Now, we're talking about B here. Now, think about it. B, there is a piece rate, right? Piece rate over just time rate. Whenever we talk about piece rate, we know that people will have higher incentive. 係咪 incentive 應該高啲嘅 ？Reason is simple, right? Do more, earn more, right? I think this one is quite easy. So just the opposite should have higher incentive. Now, here, B, company A's cost of monitoring output quality is lower. Now, because this one, let's see, only time rate, so they do not need to rush for company A. But here we have piece rate component, so it is possible people would start rushing. When you rush, you know the quality will drop. So company A's cost of monitoring is lower. Yes, this is exactly the answer we want. Okay, now here for D, cost of supervising secretary is higher. Here, I think it's just the opposite, right? They will be more hardworking. Now, there are two problems with this word, supervising. First of all, are you supervising for laziness or are you supervising for quality? We don't know, right? Now, second, I think time plus piece, the cost of supervising, mostly about laziness, right? Supervising laziness is higher. I think it's just the opposite, right? So, easy question, easy question. Let us keep moving on and let's try to finish this video quickly, okay? Now, next question. After the owner of a shop changed from a method paying, he observed that people become lazier. 第一，懶咗啊 ，let's write it out. Lazier 懶咗啦 right? Second, complain about poor service. So, second, quality also decreases. So let's see which one. Now, if time rate into profit sharing, I think this one, both 1 and 2 would actually be better. Okay, they will be less, they will more hardworking, and quality will increase, right? Profit sharing. Now same for B. Okay, same for B. So I think here, both 1 and 2 will be wrong. Okay, now here, C, basic salary plus commission, change into a piece rate. Now this one, let's think about it. Piece rate, we know the problem with piece rate would be quality. So yes, 2 is okay. But we know piece rate, people will be very hardworking, rush more to earn more. So unfortunately, criterion 1 is violated here. So I think answer is D. Let's check. Time rate time rate 係咪啊？變 time rate 肯定 lazy 啦 ，right？ A poor service they receive here. We are talking about the poor service they receive. Poor service. Now, I'm not quite sure. I think I made some mistake in this question, right? I'm not quite sure about the poor part here. Because you know, time rate should be a high quality, right? Should be high quality. So I think, no. Let me think 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Now, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Let me check again. A and B, now A and B, I'm sure they're wrong. Now C and D. Well, actually, I think both of them are big question mark, right? Both of them big question mark. Now, reason is simple. Here, reason is simple. Piece rate, like I mentioned, will people be lazier? Change from basic salary plus commission to piece rate? I actually don't think so, right? I don't think so. Piece rate, people will be hardworking no matter what. So I don't think they will be lazier. Now, but for time rates, now lazier of course, but I am not exactly sure whether the quality would decrease. 因為點解？嗰啲人做慢咗啫嘛，做嘢慢咗，有冇代表佢嘅 quality 會差咗啊？ Right? I think we should delete this question. This is a bad question. Okay? 嗰陣時冇發現啫，喂，總冇人同我講啦。How come no one told me about this? How come? All right. Anyway, let's move on to next one. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship 記唔記得咩意思啊？ This guy is the owner of the business. Two functions, right? First function, they need to take business risk. 係咪啊？佢要幫手啦 ，take a business risk 啊。Now, second, they need to make decisions, right? 係咪啊？佢要做決定啦 ，make decisions. Now here, Dr. Chen, not Leo Chen, Dr. Chen is a professor of a university in economics. Now, professor, but not the 校董, okay? Not the owner. So he provides labor, not entrepreneurship. Reason is simple. He is not the owner. 都唔係個老闆，關咩事啫 right? So he provides labor, yes. And education, university, obviously, that would be tertiary production, right? So answer B. Quite easy. Okay, now, next one. Now, which of the following description about entrepreneurship is correct? Now, let's see. If someone needs to make important decision for the company, he is an entrepreneur. Now, I think you know the answer already. Entrepreneur, we keep saying owner is an entrepreneur. If someone needs to make important decision, that does not mean he must be the owner. For example, Leo Chen also has to make important decisions for the school SJC, namely how to teach 4x2 and 4x3 so that later when they go to DSE, they don't, all of them don't get a fail, right? So this is also important decision. But I'm sure Liu Chen, the guy talking to you right now, is not an entrepreneur, but only unfortunately labor 我哋啲 cheap labor 嚟㗎嘛，我哋即係 cheap labor 嚟㗎，得唔得 ？Unfortunately, so one not correct. Now let's check 3 first, okay? So to be more efficient in exam. Entrepreneur higher occupational mobility than labor. 邊個講㗎 ？Who says so？ 邊個講㗎？我鬼知啊 ！How do I know? Right now, just as a revision, this one, geographical mobility. Next one, occupational mobility. We are talking about how willing and how easy, okay? How willing and how easy for a factor to for geographical would be to change jobs, okay? For geographical, change location, okay? Next one, we will change job, okay? Now here, we are talking about entrepreneur. Do they have more willingness and easier to change jobs? How do I know? 我鬼知啊 So answer is B. B. Return is not certain. Of course not certain. Okay? 唔係出月亮㗎嘛 right? So not certain. Now, finally, mobility of labor. We just now had a very simple revision. Okay? Now here, 廈門 to 深圳 linking 廈門同深圳 both of them we know location. Now, when we set up a link, we know this one linking means easier to travel, right? 係咪啊？容易啲周圍去啦。So I think an increase in geographical mobility quite easy. Now, final MC. Then we go to the short question and long question. Final MC. Which of the following will lower the occupational mobility of a lawyer? Now, we need to lower it. So that means making it harder to change job. 係咪啊? So let's see. One, it is more difficult to obtain a qualification. 係咪啊？難啲攞到 quali 啦。嗱，其實即係咩意思咧？嗱 I think this is a bad way of putting it. Okay? One is a very bad way of putting it. Now, why do I say so? To obtain a law qualification. Now, I am the best person to say this. 我最有資格講啦，係咪？嗱 to obtain a lawyer qualification. Now, you need to spend a lot of time, right? Spend a lot of time. Maybe for giving up some social time, 溝女嘅時間冇啊，打機嘅時間冇啊，就喺度温書啦。Then you go to take an exam. But the problem is, lawyer already in the job. So the time they spent 2 years ago, right? 喂，你見到呢啲字啫咩意思啊？2年前嗰啲我哋叫咩啊？使咗嗰啲時間，嗰啲叫做 sunk cost 啊嘛，關你鬼事啊 ！So I think the better way to put it, they are talking about when the return of being when it return, the wage increase. Okay, so now return increase. This one is simple because you see, return increase. When you quit the job, change the job, your opportunity cost will increase, right? 係咪啊？咁咪 so this one 2 is correct. The fee for studying law courses decreases 呢個關咩事啫？係咪 ？Studying law courses decreases, right? When the fee for studying law courses decreases, more people will go to study law. But what does it have to do with how, whether you will find it easier to change? Okay, so here, now first one, I think is not exactly correct. The correct way should be to put it wage. Okay, now 勉強拗都得嘅。More difficult to obtain a lawyer qualification, which means it's harder to get in, right? Because when we talk about change job, we can have both in and out, right? 係咪啊？所以夾硬講都講得通嘅。不過 I think it's quite stupid. Okay, so A here is the answer. All right, so this is so much for our MC. Let us move on to the short question and long question now. All right, short questions here. Now, I must say, the short questions and long questions in this homework, although no, this one I talk about, okay? Now, quite easy. Now, here, as land is a gift of nature, it is a free good. Do you agree? I think most of you know the answer. Obviously, 上堂都講10萬次㗎啦. Of course, no. Okay? Now, because reason is simple. Land may still be, 嗱記住啊 free good, we are talking about something that not preferred, more is not preferred, right? More is not preferred. We are talking about now. Land may still be preferred more. 喂，有啲land 啊，我想講啦，有啲 land 人仍然係想要多啲嘅。For example, okay? For example, undeveloped land in Hong Kong 咯。喂，香港啊，未發展嗰啲土地咧，你冇鬥講啊，未發展嘅土地 ，those are untouched by human. That would be land. 嗱basic 嘅that would be economic land. 嗰啲土地啊，真係經濟裡面嘅土地啦。OK， 我想問下你想唔想要多啲啊 ？Everyone is talking about we want more land to build flats, apartments, right? So obviously, land are preferred. More of the land are preferred. Okay, so this is one example. 嗱唔嘥時間，太白痴啦呢個。嗱 ，whether classified as capital or land in economics， 太弱智啊呢個。OK， 嗱 ，first of all, sunshine 陽光啊，咩嚟㗎 ？Of course, it is a land. Explanation is easy because it is natural resources. 唔解啦，白痴。嗱 B, soil with fertilizer. 你逢親見到 fertilizer 呢個字啦，肥料 ，right? Fertilizers, obviously, this is going to be a capital. Now, the explanation is simple because it is a man-made resources 啊嘛，係咪？人造噶嘛，肥料係。嗱 C, underground water that has not been extracted. 未抽出嚟嘅水，大家最中意抽水㗎啦，係咪？但係未抽嘅水喺地底 naturally existing 嗱，講埋答案啦。So these water would be land because they are natural resources， 係咪啊 ？Natural resources，OK 嘛 ？Alright, so let's move on. Now next one, this one quite very similar. Okay, now job A, let's see this one, something per month 就梗係 time rate 啦 ，right? Here, this one, 5 for each, that would be a piece rate 係咪？答完啦，唔解啦，答完啦。Now, from the viewpoint of an employer, please, We are talking about employer, not employee. 對個老闆嚟講 a good thing about job A over job B, basically time rate over piece rate from the employer's perspective. Okay, now this one you can copy from your textbook. I just give you some example. For example, advantage. 好啦 time rate 有咩好處啊 ？For the employer, quality assurance cost would be lower, right? Because workers would not rush would not rush to finish it. 當佢唔趕住去做嘅時候 then quality would increase, right? This is one example. 嗱，當然仲有多啲啊 but just copy from your textbook. I don't want to spend too much time here. Now, one disadvantage is that the supervision cost. 嗱，唔好就 supervision cost 寫清楚 for what, not for quality, for laziness would be higher, right? Would be higher. Simple, because time rates will have lower working incentive. Than piece rate 嘛，係咪啊？啲人做又36，唔做又36，梗係唔做啦。大家讀 econ 噶嘛 ，right? So this is one. Again, this kind of question, I don't want to waste your time here. Just 4 letter. Okay, now this one you already know it. Okay, now here, next question. Now suppose the income of a food, how do I pronounce that? Massager, right? Massager is composed of basic salary paid by food and massage center. Now, so we have basic salary. I should write this. We have time rates and the tips plus tips, right? Plus tips. So, by providing better service, do you think the wage payment is good? Why? Now, I think most of you answer yes. This is a very good way. Okay, 嗱呢個都幾好嘅方法啦。嗱 the reason is simple. Okay, now you can have many different angles to answer. Okay, many different angles to answer. Now, for example, on one hand, with time rates, it is easier to maintain a static team. 唔會成日啲人走啊，係咪啊 ？Why？ 我寫嗰啲咩 ？Because of a stable income, right? At the same time, the tips component will make sure workers provide 啲咩啊 ？provide 一個 so-called good customer services 啊嘛。嗱 as you know, customer services in this kind of tertiary production, massage 係咪啊 ？essential. This is a very essential, very important, essential to the success of business. So these are the 2 points you can answer. Again, like I said, there are still other angles to analyze. Okay, and now you see here, I analyze from the perspective of the employer. Okay, you can also do it from an employee perspective. 好啦 from employee, the good thing about time rates is that 有咩好處啊 ？low risk 咯，風險低啊嘛，係咪？做生意好又有咁多，生意唔好都有咁多啊嘛 ，low risk 啊嘛。At the same time, the tips component 有咩好處啊 the better they work. Can guarantee they have higher wages 啊嘛，係咪啊？做好啲又可以賺多啲錢啊，係咪？可以買到隻 game 玩啊 ，right? So you see, you can ask because the question didn't ask which perspective, so you can answer in either employer or employee. Both are acceptable. Both will score you full mark as long as you give me reasonable answer. 得唔得啊？ Alright, so let us move on. 哇，仲有幾多啊？哇 yeah, we are almost done. Good. Now, Shelley, your favorite teacher, alright, is the owner of a beauty salon, okay? She provides facial treatments for her customers herself and acquire different types of equipment for her beauty salon. Now, here, she provides service. 係咪啊？佢自己要 provide service 喎。Right? She needs to provide service by herself, and also she is the owner. What does that mean? Owner, entrepreneur 嗱唔算晒出嚟啦。But at the same time, she needs to work, provide so-called physical and mental effort. So she is also labor. So for Shelley, she is actually an provides entrepreneurship. The explanation simple, because she is the owner. At the same time, she also provides labor because she needs to pay physical and mental effort. 係咪啊？背書啫。Oh, end of question. No, many of you didn't read the question carefully. It says, what types of factors of production? Yes, we are talking about factors, by the way. Only one of you get it wrong, okay? Only one of you tell me tertiary and secondary. 唔知點解講到都係錯啊。嗱。The question also asks, and the equipment. 咁 equipment 係咩嚟㗎？唉，真係吹脹。Equipment, these are capital. Why? Because they are man-made resources. 人造㗎嘛，咁咪 capital 咯。嗱 ，some of you， 哇，我真係唔知啊，我唔知笑好定喊好啊。Some of you said equipment. They are labor because they provide physical effort. 唉，真係俾你吹脹。如果唔係，如果阿 Sir 唔係阿 Sir 咧，真係講粗口講到黐線。Labor and entrepreneur, these two must be human. Equipment 係咪 human 啊 ？Not human. How can a not non-human be entrepreneurship or labor? 係咪啊？唉，我真係俾你吹脹真係，唉，真係。Okay, next one. Now here is the occupational mobility of a clinic nurse, higher or lower than a dentist. Explain using the concept of opportunity cost. Now, don't just put any explanation. We must use opportunity cost. Now here, when we talk about the job, opportunity cost of doing a job, okay? Remember, basically it means wages, okay? Wages. 係咪啊? So let's see how to score the free mark. Now learn this. Now this time, most of you get it right, but the structure, answering structure and technique, and not so good. 有少少 a bit sloppy. Okay, so my suggested answer would be, first, here we talk about opportunity cost. So please, first, define the opportunity cost of so-called clinic nurse and dentist first. Okay, the opportunity cost of a nurse and a dentist is the wage they earn. 係嘛? It's the wage they earn, right? Because by not doing the job, they give up or they forgo the wage. 如果佢唔做呢份工，佢就要放棄。你記唔記得呢字啊？佢要放棄 ，they need to forgo the wage， 要放棄嗰個工資。咁呢個工資係咪就係佢做呢份嘢嘅 opportunity cost 啊 ？OK， now second point， then I'll explain. In general, nurse the wage will be lower than dentist, and that would means the opportunity cost of nurse is lower than dentist opportunity cost. Therefore, nurse will have a higher 嗱，記得寫清楚啊 ，higher occupational mobility 係咪？應該寫清楚究竟高啲定低啲，甚至乎at this time my bad. I think you can put it here. To begin with, you begin with saying they have higher occupational mobility. Alright， 得唔得啊 ？Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next one, define occupational mobility and geographical mobility. 喂，呢個唔講啦，第 B copy 啦。Now, 7B. Suppose restriction mainland to Hong Kong tighten, so it means harder to travel to Hong Kong. 地方去地方難咗 so we see obviously geographical mobility will be lower 係咪會低咗啦 because it is harder to travel from China to Hong Kong, right? This one is quite easy. Now, we have a problem here. Quite some of you said occupational mobility also decrease because harder to get job in Hong Kong. Now, this is not correct, okay? 嗱，聽住，我轉唔轉到 location 同我轉唔轉到工 are two different things, okay? You cannot say because they cannot come here, then they cannot get the job. No, they are two different matters, okay? So when you talk about location, you only think about geographical mobility. This time, we have nothing about whether it's harder to get a job, nothing about job. So actually, occupational mobility would remain unchanged. 係咪啊？因為冇嘢改變過啊。Nothing related to occupational mobility changed. Now, remember, what would affect occupational mobility? For example, we have wage, and then we have information. 記唔記得啊 ？Information, retraining, those kind of things. Those kind of things. Okay. Now, none of it was affected by this tightening. This one only makes it harder to travel. It doesn't make it harder for you to change from a doctor into a teacher, for example. Okay? So, let me say right here. When we talk about occupational mobility, think about change industry， 唔同咗行業啦，好唔好啊？由醫生變老師。GM, this one location. These two are different, so don't mix them up. OK， 唔好撈埋一齊講啦，好唔好啊？ So this one, quite easy one, quite easy one. Let's move on. Okay, now this time HKCE paper. Now here, basic salary plus commission. Okay, now we have to do two things. First thing, from the viewpoint of shop owners, one advantage. Now, first of all, we are talking about from employer perspective. So don't tell me they can earn more. No, no, 得唔得？ We are talking about employer. One advantage of using this wage over basic salary and one advantage over commission only. You see, this is a tricky question. We are not talking about advantage and disadvantage. No. 喂，唔該啊，即係大哥睇題目啊，得唔得啊？ The question is one advantage and one advantage. So basically, let me write it clearly. We need a basic salary plus commission versus just a time rate. Okay? Another, we need basic salary plus commission versus only commission. We need to know how come this guy is better. Okay, so let's see this line first. As opposed to using time rate only, with commission, okay, with commission, worker will be more hardworking, right? Or a higher incentive. And that would mean we have lower supervision costs. 嗱，都係嗰句啊，唔好就咁停啊。Supervision costs for what? For laziness. Okay? Now, this one, most of you get it right. This one, some of you say, oh, this one higher. No. This one, some of you say, this one will make quality drop. I already mentioned in class, this is not correct. 你諗下啦，你係收佣嗰個地產，你想鋪大啲張單，你都要對個客好啲㗎。You still need to provide better service in order to get the deal and get a bigger deal. Okay, so quality will not change. Okay, I should say, I'm not certain how the quality will change. Not necessarily decrease. Okay, so this is not the right answer. The correct answer should be, now, focus on this part. We have basic salary. With basic salary, okay, will be easier to maintain a stable team. Easier to maintain a stable team. Why? Because workers with stable income would be less likely to leave frequency 冇咁容易成日都走啊，成日都轉工啊，係咪啊？ So this is the true advantage, or you can also say easier recruitment. 係咪啊？你份工有穩定嘅成分，係咪容易啲揾人啊？This one I don't write out. So, okay, this one is the harder one. Now, this question again, let me recap. First, read questions. OK， 唔該啊。Read the question carefully. Not one advantage, not one advantage and disadvantage, but one advantage and one advantage. Second point here, when we talk about versus commission, remember commission also have both quality plus quantity. 記住啊，得唔得？係又有質又有量㗎。You cannot say they have lower quality. OK? No， 得唔得？Easier to maintain a stable team and or easier to recruit people. 得唔得 ？Okay, let's move on to the last two questions and then we are done. Now here, in a trading company, do different jobs, typeface and those kind of things. What economic principle 一睇就知，一間公司唔同人做唔同嘢，呢個咩嚟㗎 ？Division of labour 咯，唔講啦。And then suggest two reasons， 唔嘥時間啦。Copy from textbook， 就玩嘢。Now next one, which wage payment is more suitable for salesperson? Okay, now here, I think you already know salesperson. We are talking about basic salary plus commission. 係咪啊 ？We all know that. Now, some of you write me an answer like this. This is the best arrangement because by basic salary and commission, workers would have higher working incentive. 嗱，我唔寫晒出嚟啦，好唔好啊？結果都係寫咗。Now, this is a correct answer. But then I ask the question, if you want high incentive, why don't you use piece rate then? Piece rate 都會高 incentive 㗎，點解唔用 piece rate 啊 ？So you see, this is a correct answer, but not the best answer. The best answer should, the criteria for best answer should be that we need to find something that piece rate does not have and we have. Okay? And I think that one would be with basic salary and plus commission. Both quality and quantity would be ensured. 你能夠確保到質同量啊嘛。Now this time, I think we can say proudly, right? Quality, this thing, piece rate cannot, 係咪啊 ？Cannot achieve it. So I think this is the way. Okay, this is the best answer. Okay, best answer this one. 得唔得 ？Now, C. Typist pay according to the number of documents completed. Piece rate. Explain one advantage, one disadvantage. 今次真係啦 ，one advantage and one disadvantage 啊。Using this wage payment over time rate 嗱 ，so piece better than time. From the perspective of the owner， 又係 employer 啦。唉 ，copy 啦，唔講啦。Copy from textbook. Okay, the important bit is that you need to always identify what perspective you are using and which wage payment over which wage payment. That is the important thing when you do this kind of question. Okay, now last question. Finally, 係咪 last 啊 ？Yes, last question. Here, number of workers. Number of working hour per workers. So this one, average, right? So let's call this, 我哋照舊啦嚇。1, 2, and 3. Okay, now here, labor supply for A, part A, labor supply is calculated by 1 times 2. Okay, so A would be 4500. B would be 5400. So B higher, right? 有冇滿分喺度 ？No, because you miss something. 嗱，留空咗度嘅有原因啦。Please remember, unit is important in exam. Okay? This one set by HKEAA。我聽 talk 講㗎 ，EAA 啊，捉呢捉到黐線㗎 ，unit 好緊要㗎。So remember, for labour supply, the unit would be man hour。man hour。喂，唔好漏，你漏咗真係幫你唔到㗎，得唔得？嗱 ，by the same token, B. When we talk about labor productivity, right? Labor productivity, that would be 3 divided by LS, right? So let's see. For this question, the labor productivity of A would be 唔計啦，唔計啦，唉，唔計啦。I don't know. So you calculate it by yourself, okay? I don't know which one is higher. Remember the unit. It's called units per man hour. 得唔得啊？小心啲啊！你 unit 錯晒，我點幫你啊？係咪啊 ？Okay, so C, we need to suggest 2 reasons to explain the difference between productivity. C, just copy from textbook. One of the example for one example, maybe somebody has a better working condition. 係咪啊 ？Better working conditions, or the workers may have higher skill level 啊嘛，係咪啊 ？Higher skill level, or they have better technology. 係咪啊 ？Better technology, or their degree of division labor is higher. Those kind of things. Just copy from your textbook. 得唔得？ So that would be the last questions for this homework, and that would be the end of the video. Now for the next one. Now I first of all, I'm so sorry because there were so many papers to set, so I still haven't started marking your chapter 6 homework. So hopefully next video we will be talking about the chapter 6 homework. Now this time I understand I didn't talk about your homework during the class, so as I promised you, I will try to mark it loosely, all right, less stringent. You know, I'm always a stringent marker, but this time let me be a little bit looser. Okay, so if no further questions, I will see you in the next video. Good night to all of you.